Sherry, how did you become CEO?
Well, my background is in organising and public relations before I came here. So that's how I started as administration manager. And we had two CEOs in quick succession. So they asked me, would I like to be CEO? And so I said, yes, I'll give it a go. And that was over 20 years ago.
And what attracted you to the show?
I guess the sort of event it is, it's a big family celebration. It has community involvement, it has tradition, and we like to say it has something for everybody. We get an immense amount of enjoyment out of putting it on every year and coming out the other end.
Do you have a most memorable moment?
I have one I will never forget.
Dare we ask what that is?
Yes, no, it was a very good one. In 2002, it was Year of the Outback. And we're all sitting over in the members' enclosure waiting for the grand parade. And that year we had a very old-fashioned bullocky team. One of the old originals came. And his name was Frank Scott, and he'd named all his bullocks after Prime Ministers. So he had a Hawke and he had a Menzies and whatever. And they came through the gate when it was their turn over near the announcing stand. And as the bullocky team came through, the yoke hooked on the fence panel, and they didn't pause, they just kept going and they took the whole fence with them. That was a memorable moment.
The show is the Territory's oldest and largest community event. What makes it so special?
Well, I guess you could say it's one of a kind. There is no other event quite like it. It has lots of points of difference to other events. And it's about education, it's about entertainment, it's about showcase and competition. And those four things come together to make a very definite type of event.
What do we know about the Queen's visit to the show? Is that the royal connection?
Yes, the royal connection is also through the administrator who's been the patron since 1951. So that vice-regal connection has been with this organisation ever since its inception. And the Queen in that particular visit chose to go to various places. And of course, I think it might have been the only time she'd been to Darwin. And so they swung into gear and they had a show and they had a special rodeo for her, which was very, very popular.
How many volunteers are there that help out with the show each year?
Hundreds and hundreds. Look, we provide 800 volunteer meals during show, and that doesn't include all the other community groups who also have volunteers helping out as well.
The 69th has been an unusual year for the Royal Darwin Show. But what's in store for the big one, the 70th?
We make it a special celebration, and we'll be looking at showcasing Territory endeavour, Territory industry, such as pearling and farming and prawning and all those sorts of things. That gives us an opportunity, as well as having a lot of fun doing it.
Matilda, what does a junior steward do at the Royal Show?
As a junior steward, I help assist chief stewards and help all areas of the show and pavilions, like setting up.
What do you love about the show?
I love how it's such a large community event and there's so many areas and everyone can enjoy it.
What's your favourite thing about working with Mum and Grandma at the show?
I love the encouragement they give me and they help me to keep going and focus on what I need to focus on to get the job done.
Matilda, what skills have you learned as a junior steward?
Through the show I've learnt discipline and good communication skills and basic administration skills through the office.
Do you think it's important for other young people like you to get involved with the show?
Yeah, I think it gives really good opportunities and helps people learn these necessary skills to continue with life.
How can we encourage young people to get involved? What need they do?
Young people can get involved through Facebook or websites or just calling the office.
So can they help in various pavilions around the Royal Show?
You can help out at the show by counting ribbons and trophies for each section. In Joe Yates, you can volunteer as a handler with the small animals or collecting eggs, or help judge and collect all the entries that come in.